In the glow of Rostov's evening light, you can see the horror of what happened here, etched in stone and in hearts.
Я стою, как будто вот как будто меня мои старики видят. Я вроде вот, они меня как, я чувствую их. Понимаете? Я чувствую их.
The green sloping ravine, a blanket covering the grave of 27,000 souls who died in a holocaust of bullets. Natalia Yefimushkina's grandparents were among them. She's haunted by visions of what happened.
Наверху, вот тут вот стояли, наверху. Они говорили по-немецки, собаки, и плач, а я вот там. Как будто я вот нахожусь в то время с ними.
During the Second World War, the Nazis deployed Einsatzgruppen, brutal mobile killing squads. They moved into newly conquered territory, rounded up the Jews who remained behind. Sometimes, using interpreters, they ordered them to strip, then killed them in a hail of bullets. In the summer of 1942, they came to Rostov.
You just can't help but cry. You look and you just realize this entire ravine was filled with bodies.
Canadian Rabbi Chaim Danziger was drawn here 12 years ago by the challenge of rebuilding the city's once robust Jewish life.
People are still hurting with what happened. We can't say that it happened, so long ago, and let's turn a page. No.
Danziger is helping the community put a name to every life lost in the ravine. But in recent weeks, he's been helping them process news from his home country. An interpreter attached to the unit that brought death to Rostov, alive in Canada.
The thought that for me was shocking, I'm from Toronto, that an hour away from my home, someone who was here in Rostov and involved in the horrific, heinous crimes is living peacefully was something that I just very, very hard. And people come to me, they ask, what can I say? I don't know.
For those haunted by the past, it's a slap in the face.
И он спокойно живет, ему ничего не снится.
Helmut Oberlander was 17 when he began working as a Russian interpreter for Einsatzgruppen. In 1970, he claimed he was unaware of the unit's name or of some of its atrocities, telling German war crimes investigators, "I do not know anything about any executions of Jews in Rostov." His only memory of the city, guarding grain on a barge moored nearby. After the war, he married and built a new life for himself in Waterloo, Ontario. The successful developer was at his condo in Florida when in 1995 his past very publicly caught up with him amid allegations he may have committed war crimes. He was forced to leave the US and never return. Back in Canada, his daughter Irene defended him.
He's completely innocent. He definitely didn't commit any war crimes, and he didn't misrepresent himself when he came into the country.
German investigators had no proof Oberlander took part in any killings. Ultimately, a Canadian federal commission decided, in view of the lack of evidence, no prosecution should be started against Helmut Oberlander. Instead, it recommended he be stripped of his Canadian citizenship on the basis of his failure to divulge his membership in the SS and the Einsatzgruppe. 4 times Oberlander's citizenship was revoked. 3 times it was overturned on appeal. And now, the 97-year-old's lawyer has filed a motion to permanently quash deportation. In Rostov, disbelief Oberlander didn't know what his unit was doing. Ina Rizhevskaya lost an aunt and a nephew here.
Это все ерунда. Я так считаю, что это все ерунда, что он придумывает. 17 лет он был переводчиком, а то, что они убивали людей, и уничтожали. Это он не знал. Это ерунда.
Так что все будет нормально.
Grief lingers here.
Потому что вот это воспоминания, они никогда не уходят. Вот здесь внутри они никогда не проходят.
Maya Rozina lost her grandparents and 13-year-old aunt in the ravine. She, too, doesn't believe Oberlander's claims.
Это он не видел, да, слепой был. Ну, наверное, за это, наверное, тоже надо наказать. Но не депортировать, это не мера наказания.
What does justice mean? It's not about an eye for eye. It's not about punishment. Justice just means that if someone has to be held accountable.
For that, they look to Canada. Today, though, is about the future. A bar mitzvah. A sign a new and flourishing Jewish community is rising in Rostov. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Toronto.